Metal Shelf, and today we have the honor of receiving Salvador Armijo, the singer of Black Viper, a great band from Norway. Welcome to Metal Shelf, Salvador.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And I asked for Salvador to pick up some of his favorite albums of his collection, but first, let's talk a little bit of how you start your collection, Salvador.
That's a tricky question. I don't remember. It must have been when I was about 13, 14. I got my first CD. I started off with CDs, which was Metallica's Kill 'Em All. I got it for a birthday, I think.
A classic of thrash metal.
Yeah, and I didn't know anything about metal then. I only listened to like whatever was popular in the 90s. I don't remember Backstreet Boys or I don't know, Britney Spears. Mm-hmm. And then I got this CD from a cousin, and he's like, "Here, listen to like real music." Like, okay, it's kind of violent. It's got like the blood and with the hammer and shit. And then I was like, okay, I gotta listen to this. I put it on. It's like, yeah, it's heavy. It's weird. I like it. I love it. And then I started like going to the record shop in my hometown in Eidsvoll. And I was like, hey, I need more like this. What I need you to tell me, what is this? And it's like, oh yeah, I know you like, this is like thrash metal, like metal. So I need more metal. I want to know more metal. So it's like he gave me, I think it was Season of the Abyss by Slayer. He gave me one Creator CD, which was, I think, it wasn't one of the old classics. Yeah, it was the Creator CD. It didn't like impact so much, but yeah.
But you started with thrash metal, right?
I started off with thrash metal, and then I was like, no, this is too much for like in one setting. I wasn't very angry back then, so I was like, no, this is too much. I don't like it. It's weird. It's too aggressive. And then I started. I don't remember. I got into like punk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I was okay. This is like thrash light.
Yeah, because also thrash metal got a lot of influence, especially the American from the hardcore.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I was like, yeah, it's punk. It's okay. I feel like a punk. So I started there. I bought some Sex Pistols, some like old school punk, like Misfits, and stuff like that. And then I got into vinyls because of a friend of mine, which played in a band with me. I used to play drums in this band. In this band called Skin Trade, I think it was. And he's like, hey, you need to listen to this band. And it was actually, I still have my first vinyl, which it was the original Skid Row debut album. I was like, oh shit, this is great, I fucking love it.
Skid Row!
Yeah, Skid Row, yeah, that was like so perfect when I was like 15. He's like, hey, listen to this. And then we got like into like this vinyl club where we used to buy vinyls. We traveled from Eidsvoll to Oslo. We went to Nesbro, some other shops. I don't remember. I don't believe they're still here, but yeah. Then we started buying vinyls. We got into Judas Priest. What else? Dokken. Different bands, and then slowly we just got this. It used to be bigger, but I had to sell a lot of them because of space. Before I moved here, I had like a smaller place, so I had to sell a lot of them, so yeah. So that's how I started.
It's cool, it's nice, and back then also was different, because today everything almost is on the internet. And I think it's nice, like when you have a friend that share an album with you and you get interested and go for it. It's kind of nice. And do you remember like the last album that you bought, or?
Oh god. The last album I bought was the release, the debut of Evoke, yeah, with the Norwegian band Evoke.
That launched last year, the album.
They launched last year in September, I think. Yeah, so that's the last one I bought. I haven't bought anything else.
It's a very cool band of Norway as well.
I love it. It's friggin', so good.
So now I would like to to take off your favorite. I know that's a little bit hard for all the collectors, but to show like from the last favorite, okay, it's not pre-order, but like the fifth one of your 5 best albums in your opinion.
So the fifth one is this French band called Malediction. I don't speak a lick of French. They only sing in French. But
c'est très bien.
Yeah. Sure. And then this record, Malediction, Condamnés. I don't know how to say that in French. Condamné.
Condamné.
Yeah. It's really good. It's French heavy metal. It's from the Renaissance, the French Renaissance of traditional heavy metal. I put them up there with like Sortilège, ADX. It's a very underrated band. Not many people talk about it. And this edition, I think it's the 2007 edition. There are only 500 copies of this one.
Wow.
And I never actually seen, or it's bright orange. And I got number 200. Wow. So yeah, it's pretty good. I've never seen anybody else with this record. This is the most expensive record I actually have because I saw it and I just had to have it. I've been searching for it for like 6 years, and then I saw it a couple of years back, and you know what? I don't care about the price. Just give it to me. I need it. I want it. I need it. And
there he is.
There he is. And the only other guy I've actually met who's like a fan was when we were playing a gig in Greece, and I was wearing the t-shirt with the executioner and the logo, and then this weird Greek guy out of nothing goes like, "Hey, Malediction, fucking love that shit."
Wow.
And then
the Greeks are maniacs.
Yeah, no, they're fucking crazy. So yeah, that's Malediction, Condamnés. And this record has a good cover of ADX's song Les Enfants de l'Ombre. Yeah. And it's really cool. It's sad, this sad story, because I think it was the bassist that died of this band after only making 2 records. So they didn't make anything else apart from this one and the other one. There was something, the other record, I can't remember the name, but it's not this good.
Not a masterpiece like that.
Yeah, it's great.
So, Malediction, Condamné.
Yeah.
I hope I spoke correctly.
Yeah,
My French is not so good nowadays. Fantastic. And the fourth one?
The fourth one has got to be, let me see if we're going like on special rankings. Yeah. Fourth one is, I don't know, maybe I'll take it out of the plastic because of the sunlights. It's South California's Body Count.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crossover band between like metal and hip hop. Like gangster hip hop, like real gangster shit. This album is called Cop Killer and got released in '92, I think. Yeah. The lead singer is Ice-T, like the rapper, and he made this band because he had a friend that played guitar and he didn't like have an outlet, so he's like, fuck it, let's make a band. And they're still active, like after almost 30 years, and like they're still making kick-ass music.
Because the beginning of 90s is when the rappers were in gangs and there has the issue with Tupac and
No, this is like real gangster stuff. They got like a gun here, and this album actually was the one, because I'm from originally I'm from South America.
But you're born in Norway.
I was born here, yes, but my parents are from South America. Both of them.
From Chile,
from
right?
Chile, yeah.
Arriba Chile.
Arriba. And predominantly I grew up in a mountain town, so there weren't like many of us there. And then we moved downwards to Eidsvoll, and still there weren't like many of us there, so it was like me, the only metalhead from Latin origin, and all my other like rock and roll friends that were like Caucasian, Scandinavian,
Viking style.
Viking style, like tall, blonde, good-looking guys. And this record was the first one I've heard with somebody who wasn't white in metal. So it's like, what the hell? They can make metal too, and I can love metal too, because I'm not like really black or I'm not like really dark, but I've always had like that identity that I'm different. So this record was like, even like what do you call it? Marginalized people can make kick-ass music. And funny thing with this song, with this record, is that it has the song "Cop Killer" on it. This is the French press, and that song got taken out from the original.
Magician.
From I think the second press, but the American edition, because there was so much controversy with the police. It's like the song is kind of the metal version of "Fuck the Police." So yeah, this record is pretty good. I love it.
So black count?
Yeah, all black cast. So good.
Nice. Nice. And the third one?
Third one. Oh yeah. Well, this is my childhood.
Show No Mercy.
Show No Mercy by Slayer.
Classic.
This is my favorite Slayer record. I worship like the Hell Awaits, and the other records, but this one for me is the best Slayer record. They have never gone better than this. They found their identity with the other records, but this one was the one that made me love more violent music. As I said, I started off with Metallica, and then the guy gave me this, and I was like, no, this is too weird, this is too violent.
The guy was in very good stuff.
Yeah, no, that guy was into great stuff. But suddenly I like picked it up again on CD, and I was like, this guy, I was like getting into like Satanism and occult shit. So I was like, okay, this guy is like the Minotaur, the Satan, got like the pentagram. I need to listen more to this. So I put it on, and then like the first song just blew my mind off. I hadn't paid any attention to it, and suddenly I was a completely different person after listening to this. And ironically enough, this was the first record with somebody who wasn't like
With a Chilean.
yeah, it was Chilean. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, like, until 4 years after I bought it. It was like, this Tom Araya guy, he sings like hell. Fuck yeah. And then they, he's from Chile, right? I was like, what?
Someone similar?
Yeah, but what, really? And then I got like totally into Slayer, and I wanted to be him and shit like that. But no, he sings like a thrash metal, heavy metal vocalist should sing in this record. This record is great. It's got perfect sound, perfect playing. It's just fucking best. It's the best record of Slayer.
Slayer. Show No Mercy.
Hell yeah.
Show No Mercy.
Show No Mercy.
And for the second place, what you have here?
Second place, let's see. Oh yeah. Second place is this Norwegian record of the almighty Condor with Unstoppable Power.
Unstoppable Power.
Unstoppable Power is this beast of thrash, black thrash, call it whatever the fuck you want. This is a beast of a record. I put it on my second place because this is the first record I produced.
Very nice art cover as well.
Yeah, I think it's rock. Yeah. Yeah, so we produced this record with Condor. They came to my studio, which I used to have a studio. And we locked ourselves in for 7 days, and then we blasted out this record. So that was great. That was a great experience. I learned a shit ton making this record. And many of the stories can't be told on the internet, but because they're so weird, they're long, but they're funny. But yeah, this record, I produced it alongside with a partner I used to have back then. And if you see it real close, this point, I'm actually in the background.
Oh, there's a fun fact here.
That's my shoe. Whoops. So yeah, that's second place, Condor, with the unstoppable power.
And fun fact, if you look very close, you can see the shoe of Salvador at the booklet of Condor, Unstoppable Power. And okay, now I know that the very hard moment, the first place. What you choose for us for the first place in your collection, Salvador Armijo?
I mean, anybody that knows me will not be surprised by this, but it's my favorite record of all time, and the reason that I wanted to sing. It's Queensryche with The Warning. This record is everything to me. I sadly worn this record out. If you put it on, it just skips and it's got crackles and everything. But this is the original 1984 release.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've worn it out. I can't listen to it anymore because it's basically just broken from so many listens. And I can't find the original release anymore. And I don't want the remaster because it sounds like ass. So yeah, but this record is the quintessential Queensryche record. The craftsmanship of Michael Wilton, and Christy Garmo, and Jeff Tate. Now, not just the vocals on this record is insane. So this record is my favorite of all time, and probably will be till the day I die.
That is how meaningful it is.
Yeah. So I actually heard about Queensryche in that vinyl club I had with my friends when we were kids, and he put on a VHS from a show called Hard and Heavy, an old show, but he had it on VHS, and suddenly they're like, you should check this band out. There's like a documentary about this band. I was like, yeah, I'm like into more like heavy stuff like right now, but suddenly I hear the intro to Eyes of the Stranger from the Operation Mindcrime album, and I was hooked. That shit is my shit. That's my jam. But then I started like going back in in their discography. I was like, hey, this is like more progressive, and this is kind of weird. The Rage for Order record is like more like almost electrical rock and roll. I don't know. Yeah, it's more progressive. But this one and the EP, the original EP, are the more metal sides of Queensryche, and I'm speechless. I mean, it's So this record is my favorite, alongside with the EP. But
Queensryche, The Warning.
Yeah.
First place. And do you have any bonus or?
No, not really. I mean, I can take out the EP, the other one. But other than that, nah.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
So talking a little bit about, first, thank you so much for sharing with us some of your favorite albums. I know that's a little bit hard to choose.
Yeah.
And talking a little bit about your career, like you're a singer of Black Viper, that's a great band from Norway. What you can expect for the future of Black Viper?
There's not much I can say right now, but we are working on a new album. We have, I don't know, like 90% written completely, but with the pandemic we haven't had time to gather and like finish and finalize the record, because I work in health, so I've gotten like these weird restrictions, like not to go outside, not to hang out with people. So it's been hard like this last year and now this year, but I hope we finish this year. And
it's gonna be something similar to Hell is on Fire, or something completely different?
I would say completely different. Still with a bit of like the speed and like the attitude, but I mean we've grown so much since Hell is on Fire. It's gonna be a more mature album, but still with like the aggression and the speed. in there.
Nice, that's what I expected, because actually I really like that album. It's one of my favorites on the Spotify list, and it's amazing, and we're expecting a lot from it. I think so. And also I find a curiosity about you that you are a writer of comics.
Yeah, of a comic. It's not as much of a comic, it's like a graphic novel. I have it somewhere here. Oh yeah, here it is. It's In Darkness. I wrote this, I don't know, like in 2012.
And where you can find this, Salvador?
Oh, you can't find it. Not anymore. It's sold out. But it's in Norwegian. Like completely in Norwegian. But it's sold out, I don't know, like in less than a year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's sold out. I have a couple like in the attic, but apart from that, you can't find this anymore. I was gonna write a second one because I just love writing, but it's so much work to finalize this. You gotta draw all the comics. You gotta like find. And apparently I'm kind of...
Who is the artist that draw for you?
This is Jon Didrik Reis-Jacobsen. He and I, we went to film school together. And then he graduated from some art school in Oslo, Strykjernet. But we lived together for a couple of years. And while we lived together, we started working with this. This was actually going to be a movie.
Wow, and you can talk a little bit about like what's the history about it, what's the main characters?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like this couple of guys. They're like gangbangers, like gangsters. They kidnapped a girl and they extort the father for money, and the father is like some gangster himself, so he sends like this buff, what's it called, like enforcer guy. And that's the story. That I mean, they travel up to like a cabin. They go to a cabin. They stay there.
Don't spoiler that much, maybe.
Okay, shit. Sorry. But yeah. So yeah, and weird stuff happens like in the forests, and yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, it's based on like the storytelling and the narratives of what do you call it? From Dusk Till Dawn, like The Cabin, like these weird ass Grindhouse movies.
But you're gonna have a continuation, like no.
It's too much time for too little payoff. I would love to continue this book. I would love to continue this series, but it's too much work and I don't have time, sadly.
So now, besides your, of course, regular job, you're focused on the music.
Yeah, music. I study. I'm taking some extra points in healthcare, but other than that, I'm just part of the music, like trying to, work on my vocal performances. I have some projects lined up, but I want to finish the new Black Viper album first before I can commit to any other projects, because Black Viper is such a big project.
It's awesome then.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I actually want to finish that before I commit to any others, but I have like 2 or 3 more other projects where I sing lined up.
Nice. And do you have anything to say to our audience and more?
No, not really. Thank you for coming.
And if someone wants to contact you or Black Viper for previous materials, how we can do that?
They can come to our Facebook page on I think it's Black Viper Metal on Facebook, or contact us via the Bandcamp, which is Black Viper Metal at Bandcamp.
Thank you so much, Salvador.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Metal Shelf!